China's northeastern province of Jilin is warning of a major risk of COVID-19 spreading in the local area.
The condition shares symptoms with toxic shock and Kawasaki disease. Symptoms include high fever, skin rashes, and abdominal pain.
The World Health Organization and the CDC have maintained that the virus rarely travels more than 6 feet and is transmitted by droplets.
Visible under black light. He represents
Each signed in March, known as the CARE
Greater than other countries.
Cities urging care.
And the Hercules
are uniting. March.
the coronavirus.
Bus services have been suspended.
Hello. It has been a good 6 weeks of quarantine, 7 or 8, I don't know, I'm losing track of time here. As you can tell from just my hair, I've gone completely mad. And in such a difficult time, I'd rather have a face-to-face talk about how it has been for me. And everything is basically gonna change forever. And I just wanted to talk about how things have changed here at home, how I have changed, and how others change from around me. Being stuck at home all day tends to make people feel unmotivated and lazy, but I am no excuse. I've been feeling pretty dead here all day, so to make me feel something, to feel alive, I started exercising. It's a good 45-minute exercise, some push-ups, some sit-ups, a good mile run, 60 on whatever this thing is, but it's a good thing for me. And I will probably continue it after quarantine, I'm not sure, but it's a good change for me and my body. I've gone out once or twice during this pandemic, and usually when I go out, just stay in the car because I'm not gonna risk it. Even my own brother would probably pity me and just take me out. There's one time when we went to go get some food at one of these big Krogers. We had to get in there quickly because it was during the time people were gonna get out of work. So we were already fearing the worst, it's gonna be packed, people are gonna fight for toilet papers. But no, it was probably the most emptiest store I've ever seen. Believe it or not, the most fun I had during this time was when I was doing the 40 film. During this time, I didn't really have any creative outlet. Doing this was a really good thing for me to remember how passionate I am for AV. And I had help from my brother, who's pretty good at photography. We did some cool shots. I dug a hole in the backyard, cool Breaking Bad shot. Even editing on the horrible video editor was pretty great for me. Who knows, maybe I'll make a script during the quarantine talking about how the pandemic has affected me. Recently, I have become an uncle during the quarantine. One of my cousins gave birth to a baby boy named Eli. It was kind of a scary time because, hospitals only allow 2 people per visit. So it sucks for Eli that he couldn't see his family. Even now, I didn't really get to see him. It makes me feel old though, even though I'm only 17. And technically, he is my second cousin, but as a Mexican, he has to call me tío, and I have to call him my sobrino. Speaking of Mexicans, one of my favorite memories are cooking some gorditas. If you don't know what that is, those are Mexican pastries that are filled with cheese, meat. No, not those. I'm talking about the dessert kind where they have no filling and that's just sugar. Now, I was never taught how to cook, so there was a lot of trials and errors along the way, but it was fun, and I think it's a good way for me to realize that I need to start cooking for myself to take better care of myself. As we know, online classes started, and honestly, it's the most weird experience for me. It's kind of like homeschooling. The most weirdest thing about it is that it works. Now, I don't mean it doesn't have any flaws, it does, but it just works enough. Teachers are flexible, but I know that some people are having a difficult time with online classes, not having laptops or even internet. And it's just a reminder of just how lucky I truly am, and that some people are just not in such a good position. You know what else has changed? Movies. If you don't know yet, movies have basically moved to digital because all the movie theaters are closed for being such a hazard. It's quite a bummer for me, actually. I actually do like going to the movies, you know, eating popcorn, sitting at those uncomfortable seats, throwing shoes at the movie screens. But it is a good strategy for movies to do. I finally got to watch Baby Driver, watch 1917, Jojo Rabbits, a lot of DVD movies. But I did get to watch a lot of movies with my families and try to catch up with some Netflix documentaries. Families can come in many sizes. In my family in particular is pretty big, ranging from Mexico to Canada even. Unfortunately, in such a big family, somebody's gonna catch it. And unfortunately, I won't give too much information. One of my family has been infected by this coronavirus, and from what I've heard, it's been pretty bad. And being stuck at home all day, the only thing I can do is hope and pray. Even that can be painful. Well, when the only world that exists right now is your own home, the right thing to do is just to clean. And having a Mexican mom has taught me that there are numerous reasons to clean. And I kind of believe all of them. Now we started cleaning the garage, getting some space for my mom to clean clothes and for me to exercise so I won't have to stub my toe. And we even changed the shed a few. You know, I hang some shovels, basically the shed you saw during the 40 film thing. It's been good for me. It taught me how a little good work can be really satisfying for some of us. I think the change I really need to talk about is how this pandemic has really affected us in general. Now, I'm not somebody who's looked at the news. I don't even use social media. But recently I've looked at numerous sites and maps and seen how this virus has spread. And it's terrifying. And these kind of things, I never want these negative feelings affect me because they're not good for my mental state. Even before all of this, everyone has their own difficulty, which is why I want to use the changes that have happened for me that will help me go through the changes that have happened of the worst. I know this video is going to be long, but I did want to put my heart out on this project to really show how this pandemic has affected normal people like me. And I believe humanity has a tendency to overcome situations like these. So I think we will grow stronger from this. Now, I'm not the most optimist person, which may be one of my flaws, but I do wish you good luck, and I hope the changes that happens in your life will treat you well. Thank you.